Hello, my name is Victoria, and this is my testimony. I was born and raised in Brazil. My mother's side of the family is Russian Orthodox, and my father's side of the family is Catholic. I was raised going to Orthodox church once a month and on holidays. If I was asked back then if there is a God, I would have said yes. And if I was asked where I thought I would go after I die, I would have said heaven. I thought I was doing everything that would make me a good person. I studied a lot to be a good student. I trained a lot to be a good athlete. I respected my mom and dad and helped at home, and I always tried to treat everyone nicely. I believed that if I was trying my best, that would make me a good person and give purpose to my life. On my sophomore year, I started sharing a room with a Brazilian girl. Rebecca, my roommate, one day asked me if she could show me what the Bible says. And that was the first time someone opened the Bible with me and read from it. I only remember wanting to know more about what the Bible had to say. Rebecca read John chapter 1 with me, and that was the first time I heard that Jesus is God. I wanted to search for Jesus in the Bible and know who he is. I became hungry for the Word. The more time I spent on the Word and having conversations with Rebecca and Luis, now her husband, I understood the full story that I had been living my whole life sinning against a good God. I spent my whole life trying to serve myself and my desires. Even when I thought I was caring for others, I was simply feeding my ego. And also, during that time, I was in a non-Christian relationship. I understood that I had rebelled against God and disobeyed his perfect law, and I needed to be reconciled to him. Romans 3:12, there is none who does good, there is not even one. I know that if it was left to me, I could never stand in the presence of God and be considered righteous. But God, he made a way for that to be possible. He gave his only son for my sins. Jesus lived a life without sin that I can't live, and he suffered and died in the cross to bear the wrath that I deserve. 2 Corinthians 5:21, he made him who knew no sin to be sin on our behalf, so that we might become the righteousness of God in him. And it is only because I have put my faith in Jesus that one day I can stand before God and be considered righteous. The conviction of being in a relationship that wasn't glorifying God became heavier and heavier. It took me years to trust that God truly desires what is best for me, even when I don't understand it. But I knew the conviction was heavy because I'm a daughter of God, but I was living like I wasn't. Surrendering to his will and trusting that his ways are higher than my ways was and is so freeing. Now, I still strive to have good grades and treat everyone nicely, but not because I think that makes me a good person, but because I know it glorifies God. My satisfaction comes from being a daughter of God and knowing that he cares and loves me so much that he gave his only son for my sins. I have been given the best purpose of all, to live a life serving a loving and just God.